Say it louder, say it louder. Feel the moment, feel the power. Bring the animal back to life.
Hi guys, how are we doing? Good? Are we excited? Well, I'm so glad all of you are here. I know people are still funneling in, so if it's a little crazy for a second, no worries. My name is Maliha. I am a senior at West High School, and I am so excited to be here with all of us today. I wanted to start with a quote to kind of get us acclimated to the day, kind of settle in with what we're doing here today. So I'm going to read it, and then I'll ask some questions. You guys can turn and talk and think about it. So, Akeem, a man writing from inside a life sentence, reminds us what's stolen too early. The classroom should have been a place where I see myself as a scholar, not just a student. Our imaginations are the cornerstones of real justice and equality for all. Take a second. Talk to the people next to you. What does this quote mean to you? What does it bring up? I'll give you guys a second to do that, and then I'll ask a couple questions that I have about it. So, go on. Talk. I know you guys can do it. Talk amongst yourself. You can do it. Be good. So the first question I have about this quote is, what does scholar mean to you? If you guys do want to kind of talk to the mic, I can run it out, or I can have some of these people run it out if you want to share some of your thoughts that you talked about with your peers, maybe. Okay, the next question I have is, what does justice look like in a classroom? I know a lot of times, at least for me, I think justice between adults and youth looks a lot like being heard in a classroom, right? Being able to engage with the teachers that you have and make sure that they know or that they feel like their voice is being listened to or your voice is being listened to. I know JoJo said that as well, so yeah, nice work. No worries. Well, we're going to transition here in a minute, but again, I'm really glad that you guys are all here. I'm so grateful to be a part of this. I've been doing this for 4 years now, and so I'm really glad that you guys are all here and excited to be in the summit. I think she's ready. I think it's her. I don't know. Here's Kat, everyone. Okay.
Thank you, Maliha. Hello, everyone. We're so glad you're here with us today. If you're still in the lobby, please make your way to the theater. We'd love to be able to see you in here as well, and we're going to start moving more quickly through the program today because the youth have planned something extraordinary today, and they have a lot to share with you. You'll hear a lot of voices today. You'll hear a lot of perspectives. And so, again, my name is Kat. I want to, Jared, if you could go to the slide that says, we appreciate you, we see you, that would be great. There it is. We wanted to start today by giving a special thanks to all of the restorative justice and youth voice community across Madison, across even broader than that. We wanted to acknowledge that many of you have been doing this work for a really long time. and the roots are deep at this point. We couldn't do this work the way we're doing it if we didn't have this rich community of people working together. And so the youth worked really hard to invite in leaders and community members of all ages and coming from all places to try to build a space where we could feel that togetherness and that interconnection. You'll hear some themes today about isolation and loneliness and what's happening right now in our world. And this was a very thoughtful attempt to remind us that we are not alone and that the work that you all do matters and that we will continue to persist in this work. So we want to thank you for being here and for continuing to do the work in community as you do. And before I pass it back to Maliha, we also wanted to share a message to the adults. And as an adult, I'm going to share this message. Youth have planned this time together. They've been meeting all year long. They'll continue to meet all year long next year, and we'll keep this going. We invite adults to really try to lean in and try to put the phones away, try to really be present today. What the youth are asking for is some a moment of slowing down together, and any sort of adultism that may creep up, to notice it and just name it and say, today is the day for youth. We're here with youth. What do you all think about that? Okay. Well, then it is my honor and privilege to pass this back to Maliha and to the Restorative Justice youth leaders and to you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Kat. I have the honor and privilege of introducing Dr. Joe Gothard. The youth planning team and I had the privilege of talking to him in his office a little bit ago and just kind of understanding what we wanted this to look like. And he made it very adamant that he was like, I think that we have to work together if we want children to, or youth to be listening to adults, and we want adults to be listening to youth. We have to kind of work together, and that's exactly what we're doing. So thank you so much for being here today with us.
Thank you, Maliha, and good morning, everyone. First of all, just a round of applause for our students, for being here, and our student leaders. You know, I've long supported the work of restorative justice, restorative practices. I won't go into all that because this day is truly about you and the work that you're going to do together in this community. So I'll just share a few words with you this morning. And the theme of this forum, this conference, this gathering, is cultivating the community's garden. And as a former science teacher, biology teacher, I could run with that all day. And I was going to bring remarks that are related to that, and maybe I'll get into that just a little bit. It won't be a biology lesson, trust me. But then I came across the picture that you see behind me. And this picture came at a really good time. This was sent in our family chat by my wife. And she saw it and thought that that's something that she wanted to share. And as I was looking at it, I think about all the other images that we see in our communities in the world right now. And you could run with that, and trust me, I'm not probably on as much social media as some of you. And perhaps we have different social channels and things like that. But I can share with you that very few images I've seen in the past weeks have made me stop in my tracks and really deeply reflect. Now, one is because as a kid on the east side of Madison, astronaut was one of about 100 things I wanted to be in my life. Why not, right? You look at the stars, you're like, I want to go there someday, maybe. But the Artemis II voyage, Artemis, Greek goddess, Zeus's daughter, a huntress, you know, someone who was fearless in making sure that she and her community were taken care of, traveled 250,000 miles from Earth. And the space that you're looking at right there, is 330 cubic feet. 330 cubic feet. So a little bit different when we think about square feet, cubic feet, length, width, height. I know you know all that. But if you think about the space that these folks were in 250,000 miles from Earth for 10 straight days, just think about this. You have 10 one-foot cubes and you stack them 10 by 10, 3 high. That is 330 cubic feet. That's remarkable. Now think about this. This community, this is a community, by the way, a space community, but it didn't happen overnight. These astronauts practiced and drilled and learned and got to know each other for 3 years of really deep training and preparation for this day in so many ways that I don't understand and would doubt that many of us do. We're not NASA engineers or astronauts. But know this, your typical classroom is about 9,000 cubic feet. So 330 cubic feet for 10 days, 4 people, but you're in environments every day that are 9,000 cubic feet or larger. Certainly your hallways, lunchroom, this theater right here. And it makes me think about the intentional and unintentional connections that are made in those environments. There's not much you can do in a space like this that's intentional or unintentional. It just is. There's nowhere to go, right? You reach for something in here, and you better say, excuse me, because you're going to hit someone. But in a classroom, in a school, in the spaces that you occupy, it could be your fields that you practice on, the track that you run on, you have to make efforts for intentional relationships to really guide how we want our community to thrive. Communities do not thrive by accident. They're shaped by events. They definitely are. There's things that happen that we react to. And as an educational leader, as a former teacher, principal, as a parent, as a community member, I'm reacting all the time to things. But the real work is done in how that community responds with what leads up to it. What kind of trust and relationships do we have? What spaces do we have that we can come together and face discomfort in a way that allows us to grow, to understand, to learn, and maybe walk away from that situation with a new perspective? You know, these are some of the foundations of restorative practices. Okay, this is how communities thrive. And it doesn't just happen. It will not happen if you get a Friday out of school and you're all here kicking it with your classmates and students from around the district, with adults that are here to guide. These have to be intentional efforts that you make. They really do. And they aren't just going to happen. So kind of back to my point about it was really easy to have a disagreement in this space because you couldn't go anywhere. But in your classrooms, in your school, in your lives, you have choices. And I'll leave you with this, that many times we get in situations where things get really hard. They get difficult. It could be something you're experiencing that you've never faced before. That's real. It could be something that you've experienced before and you didn't like how it felt. That's real too. It could be you don't have the self-confidence to speak your mind in a way that is going to help the other person or persons understand. The easiest thing to do in a situation like that is to turn and walk the other way. And I would say that happens often. It's not for me to judge far too often or not. I'm not here to make anyone feel bad if you haven't had the feeling or the courage or felt you had the skills to overcome that. I'm here to encourage you that when it feels like you want to turn and walk away, as long as it's safe, safety is important, to find ways to build bridges, to cultivate the community that we want to be part of. You know, if you want change in the community, it isn't going to happen without you. And that's really why we're here today. And again, I oversee a $650 million budget. There are decisions that I make each and every day that are impacted by our ability to spend money, to put our values and our priorities, to recommend to the Board of Education, to make sure that stakeholders, students, staff, parents, taxpayers, all have a right and have the ability to understand what it is that we're going to do as a district. And again, the work that I do at a policy level is very similar to the work I'm asking you to do as the leaders who are going to cultivate a community that we all can be proud of, we all can be safe in, we all can be heard in, and more than anything, students, young people can thrive in. And I'm just so grateful that you've taken your day today to not walk away and go the other way. You chose to say, I'm in. And you want to be better for yourselves. You want to be better for your classmates, your families, our community. And I really hope that you can think about that today as you leave this afternoon. What are you going to take from today to truly make a difference in your community, however you define your community? And I'm of the belief that communities can be defined by many shapes and sizes. There's the Artemis II community. There's the whole galaxy community that they were able to see in ways that none of us were able to, or other than some pictures. But there's also very intentional communities throughout, where you spend your time and day in, day out. So again, I thank you. Thank you, student leaders. Thank you to our staff who have put this day on. And let's have a wonderful day together. Thanks, everyone.
And then we have Fatima starting us out with a welcome. Fatima. You can stay sitting down if you want, or you can stand.
Good morning, beautiful people. Welcome to the 2026 Restorative Justice Youth Leadership Event. Today is all about power, voice, and change. We're not just here to talk, we're here to lead, to grow, and to turn challenges into something stronger. Every single one of you guys has the impact to make something in your community, and today is where it starts. So bring your energy, your ideas, and your voice. Let's learn, connect, and make this unforgettable.
I don't know how to turn this off. Can you help me? I don't know how to turn the mic on. No, she gave it to me off. I don't know. Oh, thank you. Hello, guys. I'm very excited to help gather everyone here at today's event. My name is Ali, and I'm talking to you about the main purpose of this summit. Today is focused on the importance of restorative justice. What steps do we take to better be seen? When you speak up, we are often ignored because of our age and generation. Nowadays, so much judgment comes from a simple boundary being set. Today is a reminder that your voice is important. You deserve to be heard, and your ideas matter in this world. Restorative justice is our way of peacefully protesting old ideas and changing the world with our words. Today is our way of coming together to showcase the importance of restorative justice, as well as encourage you all to never quiet your voice in the name of change. As Eleanor Roosevelt once said, "For it isn't enough to talk about peace, one must believe in it. And it isn't enough to believe in it, one must work at it." Now let's move over to our agenda. In the morning, we started out eating breakfast all together. We're past that. Right now, we're in the theater welcome. We're gonna go through some youth-led performances, some really good conversations put together by everybody up here, some games, a short video that was put together by us as well, and then schools are gonna come up and share their projects that they've been doing in their RJ clubs and in their RJ at school. After this, our high school RJ youth leaders will keep circle with middle school students and district community leaders. And after that, everybody's favorite part, we got lunch, 1:55. In the afternoon, high schoolers will have wellness spaces from 1 to 2. And from 2 to 2:30, we're gonna close up, and at 2:45, high schoolers will depart. Ooh, ignore that. As for middle school, from 1 to 1:40, you'll go through with your wellness spaces, and for about an hour, from 1:40 to 2:40, you'll go through with some school-based community building and learning. After that, we'll get some feedback, and you'll close up, and at 3 o'clock, their buses will depart. Now, let's move over to the landing acknowledgement with Fatima.
Hi, I'm Fatima, and all I'd like to say is we'd like a moment of silence to acknowledge these lands as the lands of the people of the Ho-Chunk Nation. Okay, thank you. Who's next? Let's see. Oh, now we're gonna transition to the candy raffle. Savannah and Greek, they're gone.
Yeah, they're not here.
I forgot to buy the candy, so no candy raffle. No, I'm just playing. All right, so we're gonna have a performance coming up, Euphoria of East High School. But before we do that, got a special guest, Dalen, who would like to do a little check-in.
What did I say again? Let me hear from Sherman, Blackhawk, O'Keefe, and Wright.
The high schools.
Memorial, West, La Follette, East, Capital, Shabazz.
All right. Thank you, Dalen. All right, can we have Ali and Fatima come up?
Next, we have a performance that we're very excited to introduce to you. We hope you like it.
Give it up for K-pop dance group Euphoria! From East High School, by the way. That way. I'll get this.
Is this on? Oh, give it up for Euphoria. Okay. Y'all ate. I saw. Okay, hey guys, my name is Mel. I'm from Memorial. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, it is my birthday. Happy birthday to me. Okay. Hi guys. Okay, I'm giving a, okay, I'm giving a speech on cell phones and disengagement because I feel like just as a community, we really need to get our point like across because I don't think adults and teachers understand like really where we're coming from. Okay. Most of us are nearly 18. In a few months, we'll be expected to manage our own careers, our finances, and our futures and be considered yet real adults. But now we aren't trusted to manage the devices that are literally in our pockets. By monitoring us too closely, instead of teaching us digital discipline, the schools are missing the chance to prepare us for the real-world responsibilities of adulthood. Paper and pen testing and talking to us doesn't reflect on how our generation thrives. We are built for collaboration, solving problems in teams, just in the modern workforce. A teacher now should be able to adapt to the real world and how it works. Stop teaching kids. Are you okay? Stop teaching kids of how it was made in your world. Exploration and using world's information at our fingertips to go beyond the textbook. And application, connecting what we learn to our actual lives. Telling us straight from the textbook is not teaching us, it's just telling us. It's a way for us to be more interactive and a way for us to connect the topic to what is explained. Why we tend to check out is because the lesson lacks questioning, communication, and we don't go to on our phones for being disrespectful. We go there for a mental break. When the classroom environment feels disconnected from reality, the phone becomes the only place where we feel plugged in. With the world fastly evolving, we are asking for a shift from passive memorization to active participation and give us a curriculum that involves exploration, cultural connections, and trust. And you won't have to compete for our attention with our phones. Thank you. Okay, bye.
Hi y'all, my name's Fatima, aka the GOAT. I am here to talk to you guys about your upcoming transition into high school. I may ask some questions here and there, and I just hope y'all shout out and answer. Please shout out and answer. But almost 2 years ago, I was in the same position as most of you guys sitting in front of me. Nervous about being a high schooler, but also very excited. In 8th grade, I started off as a bubbly extrovert, an avid student, and getting B's and C's. Who here feels like they're kind of in the same place right now? Y'all can raise your hands or something. Now, I know y'all probably heard this a bunch of times, but your freshman year is very important. It's when you build your reputation, you find your people, and you get involved in clubs or sports. What is one thing y'all are excited to try about high school? Something other than that, like. Oh, basketball? Basketball, okay. Huh? Oh, okay. Okay. We all lock in, y'all. Okay. My freshman year, I skipped a bunch of classes. I hung out with the round crowd of people. I got suspended a bunch of times, and I barely passed my classes. Although my freshman year had a lot of negatives, it all wasn't so bad. I had AVID, my dance team, and my counselor. Shout out Ms. Herbal. Now, typically, people have like a big academic comeback from like doing bad and stuff, but that wasn't my story. My sophomore year was worse. I started seeing D's and NC's. I got kicked out of AVID and almost expelled. Now, the worst part of it all was like my teachers weren't like surprised to see me falling behind and stuff. It felt like they expected it. Because I wanted to do stuff like in freshman year and I made bad choices, I realized for me to do better, I needed a fresh start with people who didn't really know me, so I transferred to Madison East High School. Yay! Go Paragoners! And I got back into Avid. I built stronger relationships with my teachers, and now I'm a part of BSU, Sisterhood, and Track, and I'm doing way better academically. Although I still have things I need to work on, overall I'm very proud of where I'm at right now. The overall picture is you shouldn't take freshman year for granted like I did. And use your resources, build good relationships, go to class, and make a positive impact. That's not me. I'm a whole different person. But also, don't forget to enjoy high school. Like, high school is about the experience. Like, school is important, but don't forget to do things and, like, have fun. Like, join clubs and do different things and stuff. Another question I have is, when you leave here today, what's one thing you're going to go do differently about school or, like, the start of high school? Go to class, lock in. Could you stomp your feet if you are like a bubbly person and you like to meet new people, or clap your hands if you're like nervous and you like to do things by yourself? Ooh, I think the stomps might have won on that one. For the middle schoolers, what do you think your first impression is gonna be with your teachers and stuff? Like, do you think, like, say you have like a bad teacher and they mean and stuff, what do you think like you gonna say to them or something? Oh, you're gonna be the bigger person? Yes, we love that. We love that energy. What clubs and sports do y'all think y'all finna join? Oh, ooh, volleyball. Okay, so y'all finna make some noise for which high school y'all think y'all going to. So make some noise for East. Yep. Okay. Make some noise for La Follette. West. Shabazz. Capital. Wait, what else? Oh, Memorial. And this is for the high schoolers. Could you shout out like a teacher or a person that really supports you through like your high school journey? Why her touring? Ms. Zerbel, yup. Yeah. Miss Nappity, okay. And for the high schoolers, can you name like one challenge y'all had? Like, just shout it out. Yeah, let's stop the fighting. Let's all be happy. Yeah. Okay, I think I'm done. Thank you.
On about? What y'all on about? The flowers? Oh, the baby. She is cute. My name is Sierra. Hey, I want y'all to make some noise for everybody that's been on this stage presenting so far. It is not an easy thing to do. So when somebody gets up here and you see them hurrying up with their words and like, right, it's hard to get up in front of people and kind of share. So make sure you always show them some love, because next year, this could be you. We got any seniors in the building? We got any seniors in the building? Y'all gotta make way more noise than that. Seniors in the building, make some noise. We got any 8th graders about to be high schoolers in the building? Make some noise. Y'all, see, this is what's crazy, is when we don't need people to be loud, y'all can't be quiet. But when we ask you to make some noise, you don't want to make some noise. So I'm gonna invite the grown-ups in on this. I know some of y'all gotta represent all the schools. Awesome. but some of y'all are associated with certain schools, so we're gonna do it one more time. This is my check-in, because I think my school is gonna win. I think my school is gonna win. So adults, join with the school that you participate in. I need y'all making just as much noise as I want the young people to make, because we're all here together. So I'm gonna give it to you one more time. If you are representing the Mighty Mighty Regents, make some noise. Okay, adults, y'all kind of slipping. I know this finna be loud, because I already. If you are a super proud pergoder, make some noise. Hey, if you are an awesome superior lancer, make some noise. Okay. Woo, woo. I don't know the mascot for this school, but if you represent for Capital in the building, make some noise. All right. All right. Shabazz, make some noise. I need y'all to do a little bit better. Hey, I'm just gonna say, where them Spartans at? Hey, this is the WIA, no booing. No booing, no booing. Shh, shh. O'Keefe in the building, make some noise. I think they might have it, people. Right in the building, right. Daytra, you go to Memorial. Hamilton in the building. Woo, 3 people. Black Hawk in the building. Okay, they made a little noise. So we're here to shout out our seniors. I got an awesome, who? Oh, I forgot, I'm so sorry. Sherman to make some noise. And I used to work at Sherman too, so that's my bad. My bad. We are here to shout out our seniors. We are here to shout out a very important person who has made this happen. And this young lady is here to accept our congrats and our love for this person. So we wouldn't have this event if it wasn't for Cindy Green, which is her mama. Assistant Superintendent Cindy Green. She's not able to be here, so she's standing in her stead. We would not be here without her really pushing and supporting the work of restorative justice. So I want y'all to make some noise for her, and she got a little something she want to make some noise. Make some noise for Cindy Green.
Oh yeah, that's my mom. Okay, Cindy Green, that's my mom. She has done almost everything that she can for this district, and she wasn't unfortunately able to be here today, but I'm taking her flowers, and none of this would have happened except for her. So yeah.
Make some noise. We appreciate her. And we're going to give a flower to our seniors. So make sure if you're a graduating senior, you're a graduating 8th grader, come over here, get your flower. We want to show you some love on today. And only one last person we got to give a shout out to. Where's she at? Where's she at? She over there on the side. Hey, Samaje. Hey, stand up, stand up. Hey, make some noise for Samaje right here, organizing organisms and making it happen like nobody else. So make sure if y'all see her throughout the day, y'all show her some love. And right, Sierra, you and the cutie got something to say?
No.
Okay.
Just grateful to be here.
Shout out. So Sierra is moving to Minnesota. Boo-hoo. She was the restorative justice coach at West High School. So I'm sure some of you know her and love her. And so, yes, we're glad she's here today. And so, this is for you, by you. So I'm going to get out the way so the next young person can come up here and bless y'all. This young lady is about to do some poetry. So this is what I need y'all to do. Do this right quick. See if you can. Everybody, okay. So when she say something that you feeling, make sure you show her some love. Maliha is about to do her thing, so make some noise for her as she comes to y'all.
Hey guys, how's it going? I did want to I wanted to say that I am so incredibly grateful to be doing this work. I started it freshman year, and graduating now, I think it's kind of like become a really like surreal thing for me. Just watching all of like the young people kind of take charge and become the leaders that I know that they are. And so shout out to Sierra. She was just here. I love her. And she kind of brought me into RJ and like what that means, and I'm really grateful that she did. So without further ado, the poem that I'm going to read, I finished yesterday, and it's called Margins of Groundwork. To echo our respect for solitude, we know that the soil is always listening, that noise is indistinguishable from touch. It can feel the tension that is released in conversations. It knows the distinction between youth and mentor, friend and foe, justice and justification. It knows that language does not end at the mouth. It travels through fingertips, through proximity, through our relation to the land. Often we desire movement so much that it overwhelms us, to a point of stagnancy that only relationship building heals, until we arrive at the stillness we've mistaken for failure. And in recognition, we listen to its instruction, how presence becomes expansion, how what we offer each other settles beneath surfaces, shaping the roots we inherit, the people we know, the ground we are learning to share. Growing in a community garden is much like learning to release the desire to act individually, to relinquish isolation, extracting the toxins that silence the soil, the inherited violence we mistake for instinct, positioning ourselves in relation to cultivation, to our community, to the path that only asks of us to breathe. To release in the name of resistance, we ask the seeds if they are aware of rebirth, of reincarnation in its purest form. They answer only through rupture, through emergence, so we anticipate rain, a waterfall that does not ask for permission, but for witnesses to the earth's dissection of itself, empowered by every soul that dares to connect with it, every eye that echoes its beauty. In dreaming for the generations that come after us, we recognize that our seeds will not always become flowers. Some will remain buried in seasons we never witness, speaking to roots instead of fallen petals. Despite this, we tend, even as the body remembers what it has lost, even as grief settles in its roots, knowing all that will exist here, recognizing sunlight in the storm, we remember that we will not always arrive at bloom. Sometimes growth is stillness. It is loosening our grip on urgency. Growth is endurance. It is restraint. It is remaining. It is letting the garden hold what we cannot name. Here, healing is not a destination, but a circulation of care, passed from hand to hand, from season to season, from child to adult. So I hope that the youth who do not fear dirt and the mentors who have learned to question their petals choose to live in the ambiguity of our garden, in the space that does not assume authority or feed ignorance, the gray of teaching and learning. So even when the future harvest forgets us, the soil will not. It will remember the way we left our biases at the door, the way we learned to listen without needing to be heard, the way we chose to reciprocate what the land has always given us, the way we grow, not alone, but in relation. Thanks, guys. Thank you so much.
Hi guys. Oh, this one's on too? Is this one on? I don't know which mic is on and which one's not. Okay. So I know we've been kind of talking a while. I just want to invite everybody to stand up and shake it out if they feel like they need to. Just give you a couple seconds. Stretch, shake. I know we've been talking forever. Okay. Damn, everybody leaving? Okay. I would just like to give a proper trigger warning before starting this conversation. Remember to protect yourself, protect your peace, and protect your nervous system. If for any reason you may need to step out, please feel free to let an adult know and take all the time you need. Hello again. If you don't remember, my name is Ali, and I want to talk to you all about a topic that is deeply important to me: mental health. The definition of mental health given by the World Health Organization is a state of well-being that enables people to cope with the stresses of life, realize their abilities, learn and work well, and contribute to their community. This is important because no matter who you are, your mental health affects how you act, feel, and see yourself. According to an article written by the World Health Organization in 2025, 1 in 7 10 to 19-year-olds experiences a mental disorder globally. This accounts for 15% of the global burden of disease in this age group. They also point out that suicide is the third leading cause of death among those aged 15 to 29 years old. Teens are being affected daily by conditions they cannot control. The truth is, we as youth see a lot. We understand more than adults think, and we take on problems around us because this is our world too. Declining mental health is a true issue, and it is happening everywhere. So why is this important to me, you ask? Well, I've personally struggled with my own mental health problems over the years. In 2021, I was placed in a behavioral health facility, or in other words, mental hospital, for over a week. I was diagnosed with depression and anxiety, and I was participating in self-injury prior to my admission. I have been in some low places regarding my mental health, and I understand what it feels like to be in such a spot. Throughout my healing journey, I faced many highs and just as many lows. This experience, this journey, is why I feel so deeply about the mental health conversation. With mental health being such a big epidemic, especially in youth, it is highly important that you take the steps to protect your own peace. You can surround yourself with people who uplift and support you through your hardest days. I know sometimes speaking up feels impossible, but when you are around people who make you feel safe, this process tends to become a little lighter. It can sometimes be friends or family, maybe counselors or mentors. You can even find comfort in your teams and groups. You may also channel your energy into activities that you enjoy. I personally love to write. It is my way of expressing myself when I can't find the right thing to say. That passion has not only given me lots of clarity, but has also given me many opportunities such as this one. As for a more serious action, you may want to reach out to professionals for a deeper level of treatment. Some resources you can reach out to are the 988 Crisis Lifeline, a 24/7 place of support for suicide crisis, findtreatment.gov, an anonymous resource for seeking mental health and substance use treatment, the National Alliance on Mental Illness, an organization providing education, support, and advocacy for mental health, or the Trevor Project, a suicide prevention organization for LGBTQ youth. This is just a few of many options for taking the first step when speaking up about your mental health. Mental health can be impacted by lots of things. This can include environmental circumstances, access to opportunities, and even the relationships you have in your community. The epidemic of social isolation is just as bad as the epidemic of mental health, and both problems feed into each other. According to the Office of the Surgeon General, loneliness is far more than just a bad feeling. It harms both individual and societal health. It is associated with the greater risk of cardiovascular disease, dementia, stroke, depression, anxiety, and premature death. Well, why would I bring this up today? Because I believe that loneliness is a reason behind the mental health challenges teens face today. Though we are placed together all in one building, we are separated as soon as we step into our schools. Whether it's lack of time or fear of offending a staff member, we are prevented from socialization throughout our day. We are together, but we are still separate. Now, I know I've been talking a while, so I'd like to open up the room for some interaction. I'm going to make a statement, and I'd just like you all to stomp, clap, or make some noise if you agree. Feel free to pass if you feel uncomfortable. Make some noise if you have ever felt lonely in an environment that is full of people. Keep making noise if those same feelings of loneliness have ever emerged in school. Now, make some noise if you think we should have more time implemented into our days that are dedicated to socialization and learning. Finally, make some noise if you'd feel more comfortable socializing in schools with more active hands-on learning in place. Everyone has their own struggles going on in life, and no matter what that may look like for you, know that your feelings are completely valid. Mental health matters for everyone. You deserve to feel safe, comfortable, and happy in your own skin. Know that there are people in this world who care for you. You are not alone. I wanted to end this conversation off by a quote by author Matt Haig that really sticks out to me. Mental health problems don't define who you are. They are something you experience. You walk in the rain and you feel the rain, but you are not the rain. Thank you all for listening.
So that's one of y'all. We didn't tell her what to say. We didn't make her say anything. This is her being vulnerable for you guys to help the next person who might be experiencing some of the same stuff. So shout out to her for really being open and vulnerable. So me and Sierra just here to do a quick presentation, and we'll get out your way and get the next thing going.
So we're gonna first start with naming someone that oftentimes is behind the scenes, building things, helping communities thrive, and a really incredible listener, and someone that's honestly the backbone of this event and has been for years and years. Kat Nichols, if you can come up. Kat, everything you do is full of love. You are love. And this work would not be what it is without you. And now we're going to list off some seniors, and we'd love for you to come up and grab a tulip. I don't have the list. I know of two off the top of my head that I've been close to for a long time. Maliha Numan. And Hiba Al-Qureshi.
For me, my awesome seniors I want to invite to the stage so y'all can show them a little love. We got Yaya. Make some noise. You could have just stepped up. My main man, Arad. Make some noise for him. I have more seniors. They're not here. But they've been doing this work, I think, since they were both sophomores and kind of supporting what we're doing. So let's make some noise one more time for our seniors representing in the building. So next up, we got some heat coming to y'all. So I'm gonna go take them the microphones. Hey, sound man, they gonna need both microphones because they coming out hot. So y'all get ready.
Hi guys, it's the Fatimas.
So we decided not to be against each other anymore, and we're gonna be friends. So,
Twin,
where have you been? Nobody knows me quite like you. Nobody gon' love me quite like you. Can't even try it. Every time I try it, something
did they cut my mic? Okay.
Anyways, so let's get to the point. Yep. Yeah. Thank you. Thanks. So let's get to the point. We're playing Guess Who for some prizes. So lock in, y'all.
So how the game works is that it's like celebrity edition. So we're gonna give you a hint. Who turned the lights up? We're gonna give you a hint, and then you guys are gonna guess who the celebrity is. So,
y'all know how it works? Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So Fatima gonna go first.
The hint is you eat you the birthday.
You said it first.
Yeah, she got
you get a prize during lunch.
Okay, come see us during lunch, and we got you.
Okay, the next hint is this person has recently been in hiatus in a group called Kasai. I think you said it first.
Yeah.
All right, you got her. Wait. Yeah, that one.
This person has acted in the Wicked movie, Harriet Tubman, and yeah.
Her?
The one in the red. Yep, the one in
Are
the
you
sure? It was the one in the red. It was the one in the red.
Wait, you gotta say this one too.
This person hasn't dropped the album since January 28, 2016. Huh? No.
Wait, what?
Fenty Beauty.
You! You! Anyways, speaking of January 28th, this next person's birthday is on January 28th. Plus, he recently just dropped his last album, The Fall Off, in February.
Boo.
You. Yes,
Boo.
J. Cole.
Boo. Boo.
You?
Boo.
Who was it? I feel like it was you.
It was her? Okay.
Y'all could both get a prize.
Okay.
Okay. And
this next person is the GOAT. Her name is also Fatima, and she goes to Madison East High School.
yeah, but which one?
Which
Yeah.
one? No, this one. Both?
Yeah.
Who else? What?
Excuse me?
Excuse you? Are y'all hating? Like, we're bringing the hype.
Nah.
This person. This person made a song, and her song lyric is "You Thought I Was Feeling You."
Wait, it was over here for sure.
I
give it to you. Let's go with
this one. The next one is my man. Hashtag
He says him.
First of all, who else? BBL Drizzy. Hey! Okay, this next one was pregnant. Okay. Big Mama.
Yeah, she is a mother. Wait.
This one bought 7 rings. Kyle got it.
Yeah. What else? I literally can't think right now.
How are we cheating? We're literally doing it amazing.
We are.
Like, best host here.
Yeah.
What are y'all talking about?
Sure
Are y'all
is.
hating?
Sure is.
Are y'all hating? I want to make some noise for the goats, actually.
Make some noise!
Like, make some. I can't hear y'all.
Louder!
I literally cannot hear y'all.
It's cool. Wait, well, let's do one more person. So, this person got cheated on, made an album about it, and went back to the same man.
Wait, we can't hear y'all.
What?
We can't hear y'all. One more minute, y'all. Hurry up.
What you say?
Mariah the Scientist.
Yeah! All right, goodbye, guys.
Go South, Pete. Wait.
I was gonna say Beyonce myself, cause she got cheated on and made an album called Lemonade. I'm just saying, y'all, that must be too old for y'all.
I'm very excited to introduce, well, let me just tell you first. We put together this really cool video about restorative justice. And I'm very excited to introduce the video to you all. Our planning committee worked very hard alongside Mike and his communications team to make sure that we could do this at our event again. Now, if you were here last year, I'm sure you remember the video being way too long. Well, I have news for you. It is way shorter this year, and it still gets our main ideas across. I won't say too much because I want you all to get your own message from this experience. So what does this video mean to you?
Say it louder, say it louder. Feel the moment, feel the power.
Restorative justice has helped me become a leader because, in a way, not only is conflict resolution resolving conflict amongst other people, but it also allows you to kind of sit and be real with yourself and allow you to kind of understand who you are and what that means and who you are coming into spaces like restorative justice. And so I think I've become a leader in that way because a lot of times I'm able to recognize my own biases and my own complications with the work that we're doing and resolve them within myself and allow the work to resolve
world for me, and that has made me a really good leader. I think I'm able to kind of talk to people a lot better and just learn more from others by also learning more from myself.
Being an RJ leader has taught me, I guess, confidence, because in RJ you're doing a lot of, I guess, community-based stuff, so it like really puts you out there to like actually challenge yourself and push yourself to do bigger and better things for your like community, society. So I feel like that's really changed me as a person and like definitely as a leader. And just, yeah, in general, I feel like more confident when I wasn't like a RJ leader. I feel a lot more confident now being an RJ leader.
During lunch when we meet with Mr. Ward, I tell him my problems. He always asks us like what's going on in the day, and I always tell him like, of course, what's going on. But if I really like ask him, like especially in like the RJ space, like I want to do a speech or something like that for our summit, he'll make sure that in the big group that we're talking about doing speeches and stuff, and really including just like everyone, and he truly just listens to me and my needs. And if I'm not going to be able to make it to RJ space, he's always like, it's okay, there's stuff like that I can send to you. Like it's never just like a tassel. Like he's always there for me, and he's always someone I can talk to.
I think when adults truly partner with youth, it helps them see into the perspective of a child more. I feel like it's been, not trying to hate on the adults, but I feel like it's been so long since they were a teenager that they kind of forget the mindset that they're in, and that they don't have so much life experience to back up experiences that like teenagers are now living, where they kind of think that if they were in that spot with all their life experience, they would do things differently. But that's not the case for a lot of teens, because they don't really know how to regulate their emotions as well as somebody who's 30 or 40 years old. So I feel like when an adult can truly put themselves into the perspective of like a 15 or 16-year-old, it impacts the situation greatly, because they can truly like understand the problem and help fix it in a way that's nonviolent, and both parties end up happy and fulfilled.
A time when an adult asked for my input and actually used it was when in middle school we had a restorative justice team, and we were trying to come up with a way to get students to be less tardy. And as I like to like design and be creative, I kind of made a pitch to make little cards to kind of put maybe like in people's lockers, or maybe if they find them like just around the school, and kind of make them look cool and like something that they can like attention grab, which kind of with an uplifting message that they're like, okay, maybe I should get to class, or like maybe I should like be nicer and things like that. And they really used that. They like made little cards that people actually used, and like it became pretty popular for a little bit until like our attendance level kind of like went up, and like the people in the RJ group like really liked it, and like all of us, we really like contributed to it. And this is different from other times, because when adults are kind of just asking, it doesn't really give a student like that much that they really want to do it. But when they're kind of making a suggestion, students are more so like, oh, you really would like to hear my idea, which kind of helps them and helps the adult like, yeah, I think we should do this.
When adults ask students what they think and they don't really do anything, it's just kind of getting opinions, hearing it over and over again. We're asking for the same things all the time. We're never getting anywhere. When youth are actually able to be put into spaces, I feel like changes are actually made. And I feel like sometimes it feels better, because with the new ideas and the new generation bringing in what they have, like sometimes to be honest, those ideas are better, or those ideas like they do have an impact. And I feel like it's really important to see what youth want, because we are the future and we are the present. I've definitely noticed adults resisting youth ideas. I feel like it might be I wouldn't say a power thing. I don't really know how to put it, but I do know that adults have this mindset that they're like, oh, I'm an adult, I'm grown, so I have this like certain authority. And it's like, I feel like that may be a reason why they resist youth ideas. They feel like youth don't know what they're talking about, or they're too young, or they just don't have this authority or life experience yet. But I feel like when we implement these ideas, it's not for just the better of us, but mostly for the better of others. And I feel like we deserve to be heard and deserve to have our opinions in the world because, like I said before, like we are the future.
I was introduced to the RJ coach at Madison West, Miss Grobe, who led me to opportunities where I could speak, where I could just share my voice and share my opinions and everything. And I feel like that was the beginning of it all. And then once I started getting involved in RJ events, such as helping plan the youth summit every year, I then learned just how powerful my voice is. And from that, I started taking on more leadership roles at school, such as I co-founded a club at school, which stands for, it's MINASA, which stands for Middle East, North Africa, South Asia. I also have a committee behind me where I teach them how to lead the club. I strongly recommend RJ and learning how to incorporate your voice in everything, even if it's something small. This really helped me, not only at school, but also outside of school, even at home, even at work, everywhere. So that's my story.
Now we'll be transitioning into our school presentations, where each school will share what restorative justice looks like in their community. So first up, we have East, presented by Rama, Danya, and Chance. If you guys could come up, thank you.
Hi guys, I'm Donia. I'm Raman Jai.
I'm Chancellor Jameson.
Today we're going to be talking about mentoring at East and how we started it with O'Keefe, Emerson, and Hawthorne. First off, with the O'Keefe program, mentoring is a big part of East. We feel like because O'Keefe is one of the feeder middle schools to East, it's good for the girls to have an older sister or a older friend, person that they can look up to for when they come to East, and they'll have one person that they're close to when they get to a school that goes from going to a middle school with 200 people to a high school that has 2,000 people. So it's a really good experience, not only for them to just interact with us and learn life skills and how we walk and carry ourselves, but also us learning from them, because you can learn from anybody, I think. Learning from them how they think, how they walk, how they talk, how they carry themselves, and using that to grow not only us, but also them.
I'm Dory.
I'm Naomi.
And today we'll be talking about our opportunities to be mentees at Madison East with the high school girls. Being able to have someone like an older sister to look up to and mentor us. The one thing I loved most was being able to talk to the older girls about anything I needed to without being judged and get advice for high school. I really liked the circling too because we really got to be ourselves and able to become more comfortable with one another.
Being at East High School with the mentors has helped me become more bright and bold at my school and in my classes. I feel that this is important because not many girls get to have someone to look up to and give them advice. I am grateful for opportunities like this because opportunities like this don't come very often, so I try to make the most of them when it comes. I find comfort in being with people that I love. One example is being with my mentors. They're very fun to be with and talk to about high school advice and things like that. This is why I'm grateful for having opportunities like this. Thank you.
Hi, all. I haven't been doing RJ for very long, but recently I started going to Emerson and working with kids there. It's been a pretty cool experience, but, well, they're pretty chaotic, to be honest. But it's fun. We get to talk a lot about what's going on in each other's lives. It's always fun catching up with them. It's monthly, right? Yeah, every month. So, yeah, it's always good to see them. We talk about stuff like, we talk about school, we talk about their transition into high school, and transition into middle school, and things like that. Talk a lot about their interests. So it's a great way to connect with people who are younger than me, and gives me a new perspective on what people that are, I don't want to say in a different generation from me, but they kind of are, but people that think differently from me. And it's cool to see their perspective and get to learn from them and get to teach them so they can learn from me. So yeah, it's just overall, it's a very good experience. I recommend it. Y'all have any questions? No questions? All right.
Do y'all have any questions? Okay, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Hey, Yaya, come to the stage. You get to use this mic.
Okay.
So we got to write it down because I won't. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. So when you walk into Vale Phillips Memorial High School, you feel something. It's not just a building, it's a community, a living, breathing space where who you are matters just as much as what you do.
And that's exactly why we created something called the ABCs of VPM. Now, don't get it twisted. It isn't about grades. This is about values, belonging, community, democracy, justice, equality, and growth.
The ABCs are the core values of our school.
Oh, those aren't just words on the wall. They're expectations, they're commitments, they're how we show up for each other in classrooms, hallways, in moments of conflict and moments of celebration.
And here's the truth, right? We know schools are really good at recognizing achievement like GPA, like attendance, like athletic performance, which are all important.
But we ask ourselves a different question. What if we celebrate people just as much as performance?
What if being a good human was something we lifted up publicly all the time?
So the ABCs of VPM became a way for students and staff to recognize each other and for being, not for being perfect, but for being real.
And showing.
Oh, and for showing kindness, for standing up for someone, for growing through something. Oh, for growing from something.
So at VPM, anyone can nominate someone. A student can recognize a teacher can recognize a student, staff can recognize each other.
And those stories, they matter because they remind us that this is community and how we build relationships, not just rules.
Every time we highlight someone living out their values, we are reinforcing what matters most. And what matters most is how we treat each other.
Because at the end of the day, we're not just preparing students for tests.
We're preparing them for life.
And life is how you show up for people.
The ABCs of VPM help us say loud and clear, we see you, we value you, and who you are matters here.
So if you remember anything about VPM, remember this.
We don't just build scholars.
We build community.
And we celebrate good humans. There we go. Thank you.
Oh, that's not right.
Yep.
All right, thank you, Memorial. We appreciate you all, and let's give them another round of applause. All right, next up we have Shabazz with Charlie, Lucy, and Amir. Let's give it up for Shabazz.
Hi, I'm Amir.
I'm Lucy.
I'm Charlie.
Hi, I know a lot of you guys don't really know Shabazz that well because we're kind of a small school, which is why community is really important to us because we're kind of small. Like, this is like a lot of people, and we don't have that many people in our school. We have like 150, and you guys have like thousands. So like, community is really important, and it's really hard for someone who's coming into our school, seeing such a tight-knit community, and like figuring out where they fit in our community. So basically, we've been trying to do like little activities, and so we decided to send out a survey so we could figure out what these students who don't feel like they belong at Shabazz wanted to do to feel like they belong, and we wanted to do like activities to make people feel more welcomed and like they're welcome here, like they feel belonged. And using that information, we've kind of been trying to plan events, and during these events, we want to personally invite them to like this big event that we wanted to do at the end of the year. And we were hoping this helps build a restorative community and a community where people feel like they belong and they feel like they should be here and they are a part of Shabazz. Here, Lucy wants to add something.
I just wanted to kind of like highlight the fact that like when kids come to Shabazz, like the reason we're being so specific with it is because like everybody's scared, because like such a tight-knit community. But like, sorry, I lost my train of thought. We're gonna do like kind of wellness spaces where you can share, or not wellness spaces, what's it called? Icebreakers. So like if you're not new to the community, like people don't know you yet, you can make new friends and like just be able to share in classes and be better in the community, like put their beautiful thoughts into their beautiful actions.
Thank you, guys.
I love you, babe.
All right, thank you, Shabazz. That was great. Next up, we have West, presented by Adrian and myself. Let's give it up for West, guys. Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Hiba.
And my name is Adrian.
Okay, and we're here to talk about restorative justice at West High School and why it matters for our community.
Restorative justice is a way of building relationships and repairing harm when conflicts happen. Instead of focusing only on punishment, it's about understanding what happened, who was affected, and how we can make things right.
At West, this means students have a space to talk things out in a respectful way. Circles are a big part of this process. In a circle, everyone gets a chance to speak and listen without interruptions, which helps build trust and understanding.
It also helps us see each other as more than just a mistake someone made. Instead of labeling people, we focus on accountability, growth, and healing.
Restorative justice helps build community because it encourages empathy. When we understand each other better, it becomes easier to solve problems together instead of letting conflict grow.
And it elevates youth voice. It gives people a real role in conversations that affect them, so we feel heard and respected.
Overall, restorative justice helps make West a safer and more supportive place for everyone.
Thank you, everybody, for listening.
We appreciate
your time. Well, I want to say something else. I want to give a shout out to Ms. Grove. She has made my confidence go up since freshman year. And where's Mr. Wolfcram? Mr. Wolfcram, you too, both of you guys. You guys have been one of my biggest role models ever since I was a freshman, even in elementary school.
Okay, thank you. Let's give them a round of applause. Okay. Next up, we have Sherman, presented by Camila, Leah, Anna, and Liliana. Give it up for Sherman.
Hello, good morning, everybody. I'm Leia. I'm Camila.
I'm Moana. And I'm Liliana.
We're a
part of Sherman's 8th grade restorative justice group.
Hi, can I have the rest of Sherman's RJ group stand up, and can everyone give them a round of applause?
So behind us is gonna play a short video telling you guys what restorative justice basically means to us. And yeah, so like, could someone play the video? Who's in charge of this?
I do not have that video. I'm so sorry.
Oh my god. Yeah, so like, you know what? You know, we'll just say it ourselves. Yeah, we got this. I don't remember the first question. So the first question was, what does restorative justice mean to us, basically? Yeah. So like, you would like to answer that?
Yeah, I see like restorative justice as like a community where we can all do like icebreakers and just like kind of like empower other people's voices in our community.
The second question, I'm trying to think, is I think it was how are we? I think it was, yeah. What have we enjoyed about restorative justice? And I guess I'll answer that. And honestly, I've enjoyed the community building we do because not all of us come from like the same friend group. So when we get together, it's like there's different parts of our community at Sherman, and we're all coming together to basically show restorative justice around the school. Who remembers the third question?
Well, since we don't remember the rest of the questions, I'm just going to say what I was going to say for the closing statement. Since we're all 8th graders, all the restorative justice group at Sherman is filled with 8th graders. We're trying to recruit like 7th graders to take on like our legacy for restorative justice. We're also trying to spread our values that we apply in restorative justice to our whole school, so Sherman feels more welcoming, and also we have a more tight-knit community at Sherman. Thank you so much for your time.
Who takes this? Oh, okay.
Thank you. All right. Gee. Give it up for Sherman one more time. Yeah, hell yeah. Okay, so next up we have La Follette High School, so if you guys could come up here wherever you are. There you are.
Okay, hey guys, my name is Lydia. So we're all in restorative justice at La Follette, and it's been really great. We've been in it for the past 3 years, and I think RJ, like the biggest thing for me is it hasn't only got me a community, but also like helped me find my voice and give me a place to like express my thoughts. And for us, it's really great because we not only have RJ Club, but we also have an RJ class. So being able to be in class every day lets us like dive deeper into certain topics. We circle up every single day. We spend the whole class period we've talked about current issues, we've talked about the history of restorative justice and like how it's gotten brought into schools, and not only schools, but also like communities and like businesses, and every space is there. And yeah, it's just been really great to have it implemented into class, and like we talk about how it can be implemented into all of our other classes. And Torrin's been really great in getting not only just like certain grades involved, but like every grade, and he's just really good at including all of us. Do you guys have anything you want to say?
Yeah, restorative justice just really helps me get involved at our school, and yeah, it's great.
I love restorative justice class. It's so fun. I love learning about different communities. And yeah, I think every school should have a restorative justice class.
Thank you.
That's it.
Thank you, La Follette. Give them a round of applause. Thank you to all the schools for sharing. It's really powerful to see what restorative justice looks like across different communities. And next up, we got Fatima coming up on stage with her closing speech. Give it up for Fatima.
Oh, you already got one. Well, I'm gonna leave this up here. I'll probably use that one. And it's purple. Hi guys, it's me, Fatima again. How are you guys doing? I just wanted to say I hope you've learned something meaningful from today, whether it's how to use restorative justice to better yourself and others, or surrounding yourself with people that support you. Over this past time, we have been trying to communicate a message that truly matters, one of pushing past fears and lifting each other up. Fear comes in many different forms and is something we all experience. Nevertheless, what matters is how we respond to those fears. Fear itself is not what defines you, but the impact that you allow it to have on your life is what does. Even more importantly, let's talk about relationships. Have you ever heard of the phrase, "You are who you surround yourself with"? That applies to everyday life. The people that you surround yourself with in your adolescent years is what influences the path that you choose and can affect you negatively or positively. Overall, as you leave this space, I want you to continue to lift each other up throughout the conference, even if it feels awkward at first. Just know everyone faces their own challenges. And, lift each other up.